Welcome back to the Dinar Chronicle, your trusted source for breaking updates and in-depth analysis on the Iraqi dinar and global currency developments. As we move deeper into this highly sensitive window of financial transition, all eyes are on what could be a historic shift, one that some are now calling RV Day. The atmosphere is tense, the chatter from private banking circles is intensifying, and we've received some of the most pointed and direct guidance yet on exactly what to expect, and more importantly, what to say when you walk into the bank. Tonight's report focuses on a fast-moving sequence of events that may culminate within the next 24 hours. Several key sources, including private intel from trusted contacts within regional banking institutions and international redemption centers, have indicated that final preparations are now complete. Internal memos circulating within Tier 1 banks suggest that contingency staff have been activated. Call centers have gone into standby mode, and select clients have been quietly advised to be on high alert for notifications by morning. If these reports prove accurate, we are potentially looking at the first wave of appointments, possibly as early as tomorrow. So the critical question becomes, if you get that email or text or call, what do you say? What are the exact words you need to use to avoid delays, be taken seriously, and ensure that your transaction is handled professionally and discreetly? We're going to walk you through that protocol tonight, using verified language that has reportedly been circulated in high-level training sessions for private bankers. First, context is everything. If this event triggers within the expected 24 to 48-hour window, you're likely to be routed through what's known as a redemption protocol. This is not a typical bank visit. You won't be going to a teller window to exchange currency like you would on a vacation. Instead, you will be guided, once your appointment is confirmed, to a private office, often referred to internally as an exchange suite or redemption suite. These rooms are specially designated for high-value asset transactions, and they are staffed with professionals trained to manage large-scale currency redemptions under non-disclosure agreements. When you walk into that environment, you need to communicate with clarity, confidence, and absolute accuracy. The first thing to say upon entering the exchange suite is simply this: I am here to exchange my IQD under the privately negotiated rate protocols provided by the Treasury. This is a critical phrase. Let me repeat it. I am here to exchange my IQD under the privately negotiated rate protocols provided by the Treasury. Why is this important? Because it instantly signals to the banker that you are not a walk-in tourist looking to exchange currency at the street rate. You are identifying yourself as someone who is participating in what is believed to be a Treasury-sanctioned asset redemption. This phrase has reportedly been approved for use by individuals who have been tracking this event for years and who expect to engage in a structured payout program under sovereign trust law or international asset protocols. Next, if you are prompted by the banker, or if the conversation becomes vague, you may follow up with a second phrase. I was instructed to request access to the Tier 1 contract rates that are currently being honored for pre-authorized participants. This line is also strategic. It reinforces your standing as a pre-qualified redeemer, even if you have not received an official contract or SKR, safekeeping receipt. You're using language that insiders will recognize, and more importantly, you are staying within the legal framework of what can be requested without overstepping any disclosure boundaries. Now, it is essential to remain composed. The individual you are speaking with may not immediately respond with confirmation. In many cases, they are required to verify your name, appointment time, and authorization code before proceeding. Do not panic. This is standard protocol. If asked for your identification or appointment confirmation, present your documents calmly. If you are asked any additional questions about the source of your funds, it is appropriate to say, these funds were acquired legally through foreign currency diversification, and I have full records and receipts for all transactions. Do not say more than that unless explicitly asked to provide documentation. At this point in the exchange, you may be presented with options. According to current reports, participants will be offered the standard rate, the market rate, and potentially a contract rate depending on their redemption center's instructions. If given the option, and if you feel confident, it is recommended to say, I respectfully request to review all rate tiers available under my redemption category, including any contract options or structured payout incentives. This gives you negotiating space without appearing aggressive or uninformed. structured payouts are still a major component of this process. Depending on the amount you are exchanging, you may be offered a lump sum payment upfront with the remainder paid out over a period of years with interest. This is where you must know your numbers. Be clear on what your exchange total is at each rate tier. If you're unsure, bring a printed breakdown with you. It's not unprofessional to refer to your notes during the exchange. Just be sure they are organized and accurate. Another area where many participants have questions is regarding non-disclosure agreements, or NDAs. If you are presented with one, read it carefully. Do not sign anything you don't understand. If you need to, you can say, "I would like a few minutes to review this NDA fully before signing. I understand the importance of confidentiality, and I will comply fully, but I want to ensure I understand the terms." This is not only acceptable, it is expected. These transactions are too large and too sensitive to rush. Now let's address banking trends. In the last 2 weeks, the IMF has quietly adjusted its internal ratings on several Middle Eastern currencies. While not a direct confirmation, this move has been interpreted by some as a signal that certain central banks are preparing to recalibrate their international positions. Simultaneously, we've seen an increase in Tier 1 liquidity reports across major banks in New York, Toronto, and Zurich. This aligns with private chatter suggesting that global liquidity mechanisms are being aligned for a rapid shift. Additionally, reports indicate that the Federal Reserve has cleared several key settlements related to foreign currency reserves in the past 72 hours. While unconfirmed publicly, this movement is consistent with what would be expected prior to a major revaluation event. Treasury wires have also been reported in larger-than-normal volumes by some back-end financial platforms, another indicator that positioning is underway. Returning to the ground-level experience, some redemption centers may provide you with a wealth management representative after the exchange. If offered, it is recommended that you say, "Yes, I would like to schedule a follow-up with a wealth manager to discuss asset protection and tax strategies." Even if you don't plan to use the bank's in-house advisors, this keeps the relationship smooth and signals that you're thinking long-term and responsibly. Above all, maintain professionalism. Do not bring political opinions, conspiracy theories, or speculation into the conversation. Your demeanor should reflect that of a serious investor participating in a highly sensitive financial transaction. Speak less than you listen. Ask for clarification if something is unclear. And always remember, this is a business deal, not a spiritual event or emotional outpouring. Keep it simple. Keep it legal. Keep it smart.